We are going to talk about toxic friendships. This video is about becoming aware of certain friendships in our lives that may be quote unquote toxic, and learning how to identify those relationships and what you can do about them. Okay, quick note before I get into the meat of this topic. As human beings, we are social creatures. I agree that we are social creatures, which means we thrive and do well in the company of others. We thrive in the context of group and community. We are hardwired, okay, for social relationships. However, as much as we need others to thrive, I want to stress this out, that this does not exclude the selectivity component in friendships. Let me explain. Just because you are a social being doesn't mean that all the people around you are good for you. The problem with this perspective, which is not quite wrong, is that now you see people walking around clinging to unhealthy friendships, allowing unhealthy friendships to settle in their lives for fear of being alone and being viewed as having a problem. I want you to understand that there are toxic human beings out there. There are toxic, harmful, poisonous relationships out there, and these can cause a lot of damage to your mental health and your growth as an individual, and they can to some extent hurt your physical health as well. Studies have shown that being surrounded by the wrong crowd can lead to serious anxiety and depression in the long run, especially when you are a sensitive person. So know yourself and what you can and cannot tolerate. A healthy relationship is determined by mutual respect, trust, honesty, support, fairness, equality, good communication, and much more. So here are 4 types of toxic friendships that I want you to be able to identify. See if you can identify these relationships in your life, and later on I'll let you know how to handle them. The first type of toxic friends is the competitor. I am sure you know this one person among your friends who always act like they want to be better than you, or else they won't feel like themselves. They constantly compare themselves to you, and their self-worth is tied up in how much they are doing in comparison to you. This is the type of friends who will compete with you, or even your partner or your family members, and take any opportunity to prove that they are superior to you. Psychologists agree that an unhealthy friend is someone who is never supportive and is maliciously competitive, or uses your success to get ahead themselves. These types of individuals can also often lie to make themselves look better than others. I am not necessarily saying that competition is always bad. However, it is important that it's important to understand the warning signs and recognize when healthy competition crosses the line, because it's actually healthy competition, right? Competition that pushes you to become to work on yourself, to become better, right? Next, the passive aggressive bully. It is not always easy to spot someone who might fall in this category. Some will sabotage you quietly when no one is watching, then act innocent when confronted. Others are more open and argumentative. It is easy to confront them. In general, these type of friends will criticize you, but not in a constructive way. Not because they want you to get better, but simply to make you feel bad. They find very subtle ways to undermine your character through passive aggressive and hurtful comment. Even your smallest mistakes are tools and weapons. They are ammunition for them to use against you. They find joy and happiness in finding the little flaws and things that go wrong in your life and make you feel bad. Long term, this will chip away your self-esteem. Next, you have the drainer. Another telltale sign of an unhealthy relationship is that the relationship is draining you. If after hanging out with this friend, you begin to feel like a chore, if hanging out with this friend is beginning to feel like a chore, hard labor, and you will describe them as a drain rather than a boost, you should reassess your rapport with this individual. An unhealthy friend will reach out only when they need something and will be oblivious and not even appreciative to the amount of time and energy you offer them. If you do all of the emotional work and feel responsible for propping them up again and again, this is not a healthy friendship. Now, in any kind of relationship, it is important to be there for each other and to learn to help when needed. However, if one person is always talking about their problems, their hardships, their relationships, or needing you to help them constantly, and when you try to share something about your own life or something that may require their help, they are nowhere to be found. They are either nowhere to be seen, or they always find a way to turn the conversation back to themselves and their problems. Right? Now, this is a very one-sided type of relationship, and if you are constantly being drained, or your emotional energy, your time, your effort in trying to help your friend, but they are either not acknowledging it or appreciating it, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. Definitely a red flag. The next type of friend is the friend that ignores or disrespects. Most of the time, consciously. They do it consciously. They disrespect your boundaries. They ignore and they disrespect your boundaries. Now listen, healthy friendships have established boundaries. Your friendship has to be regulated by some type of boundaries. Good friends understand that you have an independent life separate from them. If you are unable to set boundaries, or you feel you are sacrificing who you are, your values, your principles to be with this person, then it may be time to reconsider having this person in your life. Next, you have the one that downplays your achievement. How can you identify this type of friend? Well, you feel like you always have to hide your happiness or your successes from this friend. If you get a promotion at work, for instance, and you start making more money, and for some reason inside you just don't feel like sharing this exciting news with your friend, and you may instinctively know that she's kind of resentful of your happiness and success, this is the kind of friend you want to avoid. Another example is if you share about how happy you are in your relationship, but you feel like she tries to find some reason always to say why it won't last, then it could be that she is resentful of your happy life. And it is a really tricky spot to be in, especially if this is someone that you've known for a long time, because friendships thrive when both people are each other's biggest supporters and high-five each other's successes and wins in life. And it doesn't make your friend a bad person, because it's likely that she's dealing with her own feelings of inadequacies, self-esteem and stuff like that. However, that doesn't mean that you should suffer from it. You should never feel like you are supposed to hide your success or happiness or joy from a friend. Number 6 is the gossip. This is the friend who is super nice to your face, and you feel comfortable to open up to her about your issues, and then you find out from other people that they know everything, all the things that you've shared with this friend privately. You can usually identify this type of friend because it is likely she gossips to you about other people that you guys, you both know. And honestly, you don't even need that in your life. Like, there are amazing people out there. There are billions of people out there, uplifting, encouraging people that are willing to push you forward and help you achieve what you want to achieve in your life. So don't feel like you need to keep those people in your life. Just because you don't have anyone else right now doesn't mean that you have to keep them. Think about the type of people you want to have around you, and then make sure that you become like those people, and then you will be able to attract those people in your life. This is basically, well, one bonus is the naysayer, negative friend, aka naysayer. The naysayer, these are people who are always looking for the worst in everything. But if you think you can hang out with this type of people often and not have it affect you, think again. Someone said, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. And it is so true. If I put you in a room with a super motivated, friendly, uplifting, encouraging people for an entire month, by the time that month is over, you will have adopted several of their positive habits, and you will be thinking just like them. And it's just human nature. You become like the people you hang out with. Now that you've identified these people, you may be asking yourself what to do with them. If you want my honest advice on whether or not you should keep these toxic friendships in your life, go ahead and watch my next video on this topic, okay? And with this said, I'm going to stop here. So these are the type of friendships you want to start identifying in your life. Guys, this life is so complicated. Like, I had to learn the hard way. I had to learn. It took me time to understand that you, on your journey, you were not meant to ride with everybody else. Once you understand the type of person you are, you understand the reason you were placed on this earth, the thing you were placed on this earth to achieve, it will then become easy for you to get the right crowd around yourself. I hope this video has been helpful. Let me know in the comment section below what your thoughts are, and I look forward to seeing you in my next one. Bye.